topmost level of Brume Tower, where we have some remaining ashen idols of Nadalia. I've been doing a little research into the backstory of this area, Nadalia, etc. But let us return up here before I get involved in that. I do believe we need a few more of those smelter wedges in order to proceed. While I'm right here, let me just briefly explain. I believe the idea of this place has finally become clear to me. That there is likely a boss to fight inside this kiln of sorts, this ashen pile, just beyond the fog gate. And as we saw in a previous session, when enemies are close enough to those ashen idols, they heal themselves. And there were ashen idols in all of these little spots that kind of lead into the arena. So I am assuming that if we were to fight the boss with any of these totems in place, the boss would be able to go to that corner, essentially, and heal himself the entire time. So that is why we are trying to find those smelter wedges to remove these healing ashen idols before we take on the boss. And I do believe there is a spot we missed up here that contains a few more. Let's go check. I believe it's the foyer. Good morning. Lovely to see you there. Hopefully this will be a little less laggy this morning, but do let me know if we're having more issues. It was very, very weird yesterday. Alright, so I think I'm going this way. I always just seem to miss it. My daily reminder for patience. Always patience. There we go. Happened to be clicking against that back wall, and the sound activated as though there was a illusory wall. Yes, there was. Okay. Pardon me, Minotaur pots. I certainly don't mind if you creep while working on personal protective equipment, no. And hola and welcome. So nice to see you all. Hollow skin. What on earth? What kind of thing would that even be? Like a mask? Oh, lovely. Okay. Imitating the head of a hollow provides curse resistance. It makes it easier to detect messages. I wonder if that'd be helpful in those... It's like an area we went down into that was all dark and instantly cursed. I wonder if that would provide some resistance. Alright, now let's go up to the top. Lot of explosive barrels. Wonder what this track along the wall means. I haven't noticed one of those before, but it's almost like you could... Yeah, wow. That's handy. Okay. We're going up. That does look like a very crumbly wall there. Which makes me curious. Do I have any firebombs equipped? And typically firebombs are not even powerful enough for this sort of thing, but let's waste one. Pursuit of science. Yes. Likely not powerful enough. Give me one moment. So sorry. Need to get one of those barrel guys. Maybe even this one. Back into position. Come here, my friend. Daddy loves you and wants to give you a squeeze. Come out here. Maybe I need to get rid of these guys first. Would make a strange sort of sense. Yes, come hither, barrel boy. Do. I wish I could just pick him up, like a little chain of picking up. That'd be nice. There you go, I'm finally behind him. Bit of a suicide mission there, but worth it, I hope. Huh. Dispelling ring. Okay. I am holding up okay. So sorry, I missed that question there. Holding up okay under lockdown, etc. I am lucky enough to work from home most days, so this has been not too big of a change for me. And I will stop bragging now. Goodness, what a jerk. But yes, holding on, certainly. And I hope the same for everyone. There was the chest I was looking for, by the way. The 4 additional smelter wedges. I think how it might work, and I'm not 100% clear on it, but I believe that it's called Brume Tower, which is like a word for a mist or a vapor. And it seems that the old Iron King, the king that made the Iron Keep we went through with all the lava and stuff, the Tower Key is useful there. This apparently was his original kingdom for some reason. He found a lot of iron here, as well as in the Harvest Valley, and made his Iron Keep out there in the lava, and it was so heavy it sunk. Invaded by a dark spirit, okay. I'll just shovel him into the corner here. Sweep him into the corner, it being Brume Tower. There you go. Sleepy time. So I have 4 smelter wedges. I think I can waste one here, because there's only 2 more at the boss arena. But then I'm down to 1 One wasteable wedge. One wedgeable wastrel. Something like that. So I believe when the king created his iron castle, after he found that scorching iron scepter that allowed him to mold iron to his will with magic. More prowlers. Okay. A whole lot of prowlers. That's why it was plural. Understood. Get a quick sip in. Sorry I keep interrupting this story. It's desperately close. Okay. Having the weirdest time with the roll button today. Now. Don't start clicking buttons multiple times and making silly mistakes. Just because there's a prowler left. There we go. I was wondering why it didn't say banished. So, when the old Iron King left, let's try this again. He went over to the lava area and apparently then when his castle sunk, he became depressed or he became desperate and he went to the lava and sort of offered his body to it and to an old dark soul deep within. Which is how he became Icarus Earth, which is the demon you fight in that lava arena. I should probably be jumping back there to show the arena in question, but I hope you know what I'm talking about. So that was the actual old Iron King of Brume Tower. It wasn't called Brume Tower back then. When Nadalia arrived, she had heard of the Iron King, this great king with the power to, mold iron at will, and thought that he would be the perfect place to install a Child of Dark, one of the, sirens of the darkness that try to get the kingdoms not to light the fire or to put them in a peaceful state of darkness. Let me rest here as well. And I guess since we have a bonfire, I will have to come back and check out this armor. Let me make sure I know the name of this. It should be the last one. Smelter Throne. Okay, we'll be right back there. But this, let's run over briefly. This is the new kingdom of the Iron King, the old Iron King. And you can see out of this Minotaur's eyeball here, the boss arena, where we fought him down below. So this is where the king from Brume Tower ended up after he developed the ability to make all of this stuff, giant Minotaur statues, with that scepter of his. So when Nadalia arrived at the Old Kingdom, she didn't know where he had gone. He was already dead and turned into the Icarus Earth demon by that point. So she sort of, not necessarily went mad, but rearranged her plans and she sort of gave up her body at Brume Tower and became a vapor. She became the broom in question. Which I believe is that still exists in certain areas of Brume Tower as that cursed darkness. That is the vapor that Nadalia became. And in addition, she kind of got the ability to, imbue herself into the ash in a weird way. Just wanted to come down here. This is the boss arena where we fought him, but from here you can actually see the full Minotaur statue, which I don't think I've ever actually shown. That is completely made out of iron, something the old Iron King made to please someone, some old dark spirit. So this is just that boss arena I was talking about, to briefly explain. So the reason that there is a strange, disembodied queen, a bride of ash, left over at Brume Tower is because she kind of installed herself there in place of the king who had left after this whole tragedy. just to get a brief backstory in. So there are other knights that came from Drangleic over to that kingdom where Brume Tower is. Some of them you can see just outside. Let's travel back there. Ah, that's interesting. I haven't been back here since lighting that scorching iron scepter furnace. It looks like the mechanism has reactivated even up here. That is very interesting. So just one cool thing to note back here, if I can run back across the chain real quick, is that it does appear at some point Drangleic found out that Nadalia had installed herself here, and King Vendrick, before he fully hollowed, I suppose is the word, sent Drangleic knights. This armor type is only found in the Knights of King Vendrick. And so you can see they put up some sort of a battle. One of them even got a smelter wedge into one of the ashen idols. But then he just lost the rest of them right here. They never really made it further. At the time, I believe when they attacked, this would have been swirling with mist. A dark, sentient mist. It's regrettable she's lost power since, because that would be so cool to see. But that was kind of what they were facing in the long ago when they came here to try to take out this new threat. And I believe claim the remainder of the iron that is available here, was the idea. So they only made it about that far, and you're the first one to come back since. Beyond whatever knights have pledged themselves to Nadalia's service. So let us see if this mechanism does anything different now that it's moving here. Ah, I guess it would be lifting that bucket. Sure. Let's take a look. Huh. A baneful bird ring. Oh, that's fantastic. Anything to reduce stamina loss is okay in my book. But that looks like perhaps all. This just takes you down to this level, I assume? Yeah. Fancy, but not entirely necessary for me. Okay, so backstory briefly explained. Let's go use those other smelter wedges here. Down below, the lowermost floor. I suppose... I'm assuming the lowermost floor is the actual boss. This was like up in a side passage. However, it is canonically, or whatever the word would be, sequentially, the last bonfire. So I don't know what they're trying to hint at. If I should do the one down below first and then come back for this guy? Whatever it is. Or not. I am not sure. Let's check down below first, just because we got those wedges. And I'm too curious. I also must not be human. I should likely pop a taffy in here. Double check. Yes. Green-faced and scaly. Alright. Anybody, oh yes, lovely. Let me try... I guess I could use all the help I can get with these guys, too. Sure. I was gonna try, taking out the guys that pop out of the ash first, but may as well have help for that. So by destroying these ashen idols, I think you are kind of slowly removing pieces of her soul from the ash. Kind of dispels the whole surrounding pile. And eventually, when her soul is released from the ash, it will be able to coalesce back into a single soul. But for now, it's just a whole bunch of these fragments. I don't even know how many there are. I'm assuming there's a few more hidden in those dark curse areas. So we're gonna have to come back and do a little, searching. Perhaps with a hollow skin mask. Yes, I'm checking down below because I've got the wedges. You've understood me correctly. Certainly couldn't be misconstrued in any way. Okay, so now I do believe we have taken out all of the arena surrounding idols. Oh, Carillion, you bowed at me. I must return the favor. Thank you. That is lovely. So let us see what's waiting for us. That hopefully can no longer heal. Oh ho. 12 damage. Did I see that right? 12 damage, was it? I hope that was just a mistake of angle there. Yes, hopefully was. Poor Carillion. Try a few fire spells, even though I am assuming he's resistant to fire living in a furnace. Just out of curiosity. Yeah, next to nothing. Get him off of Carillion, or Carillion will die. Carillion will die in the next hit if I don't get him off. Wait, no. And now he's got a flaming lightsaber. Okay, cool. Cool, cool. Yeah. Never know what you're gonna find down on the lowermost floor of a furnace. Instant death, mostly. Let me try another weapon. Perhaps our dragon blood sword or something here. I also, one of the things I got for grinding out that giant lord off-screen, when I've been sneaking around behind your back, is this rather strange ice rapier, which has been helping me poke relentlessly at ankles, because it the quick attack does this almost constant zoop 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 thing. So you can get a lot of hits in when there's an open spot. So I may try that actually, since it's ice based. I don't know if it would do extra damage to a fireman. Pardon that last hit. I do apologize. Okay. Keep all of my Estus. Pop a Taffy. Get Steelheart Ellie. One of the things I did just very, very recently find out, shamefully late, in the game, in my second playthrough of the game, is that apparently when you summon help for a boss battle, it's lovely, it's help, that's great, actually increases the health of the boss, and actually makes you do less damage in certain ways. So you are getting help, you're getting like a distraction, but the boss is tougher to take out. And I didn't actually know that. I thought it was always easier to have summonable help. But in certain boss fights, such as the Giant Lord, it's actually much less helpful and much more time-consuming to have summoned. It's just something interesting to keep in mind. Yeah, become angry at me and leave Carhillion of the Fold alone. Become angry at me and leave Steelheart Ellie alone. I can't keep any health when I'm trying to do that. So yeah, not entirely sure if the Ice Dagger is doing me any favors here. I would have gotten that. Gotten away with it. Must have been some meddling kids I didn't see. Corner of my eye. He can just hit you from anywhere with that thing. At any angle. Like that. Like that angle. Yikes. It's a large swath of damage. Come on, my friend. Aggro me. Aggro me up proper. Darn. Okay. Definitely doable. Perhaps doable with that weapon. Still curious about the Drake Blood Greatsword. But I think we can do this, no problem. I have an overabundance of confidence that we can do this no problem at all. Where is my Drake Blood? There we go. Let's try that. Just out of curiosity. It may be easier, since this is really just he's doing so much damage. It may be easier for me to have a great shield and continue to aggro him and keep the other guys safe, and we can just slowly whittle him down. We'll have many options. What was the other thing I wanted to switch into? I do not remember. I got my Drake Blood. Let's try that. I can't even imagine fighting that guy if he could heal. Goodness. Thanks again, Wedges. Much appreciated. I'm curious if there may be hiding another summon sign out that way that I haven't seen, but you can only have 2, I think, and then they disappear. Uh-oh. Didn't know I had angered him. Well, that's no way to use a human effigy. Jeez. Gonna have to rest and re-summon these guys. My apologies. Okay. Go get my Estes back. I always forget you have to, like, send them home, too. Let me see here. I do not remember what the item is. There we go. It is a white crystal. Just not that white crystal. Alright, goodbye, Steelheart Ellie. Sorry. Goodbye, Carillion of the Fold. You cannot rest at a bonfire until those guys are clear. Now I will have my Estes uses back, which I so desperately need. Re-summon them. And now I will try not to step on the spider trap here. Or at least get through the fog gate quicker. Maybe it was Ellie. Nope, it was me. I heard it. Out of the corner of my ear there. Just stepping too close to that guy. Alright. Come along now. Let's jump into the mist. Be funny if he also stepped through. Dramatically. But that he was on my side. I'd take it. Always poor Carillion. What did he ever do to you? Could be that this guy, whoever he is, actually knows Carillion and is like angry at him. They sometimes do weird stuff like that. Okay. This isn't necessarily helping me. It's not weak to magic. That's what I was hoping. It's not doing a terrible amount of damage, but I think that ice rapier might be more helpful, actually. Yeah, try a piece of this. Break yourself off a piece of this action. Close. I felt the heat. No. Ah, ha, ha. That was bad. Steelheart Ellie, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for what he's doing to you with that terrible sword. Ellie, your beautiful face, no! Your steel heart, it's melting. Okay. Wait for an opening. Wait. That would have been a good opening. That was not a good opening. Very surprised I'm alive. Ah, darn it. Come on now. I did not know that had projectiles now. It's just desperately close. Very, very desperately close. All of these end DLC area bosses are about equal in their ability to kick my ass. Which is high. At quite a high level. So yes, I think with that same strategy, had I been poking him in the back with this, probably great results. Let me see here. If there is perhaps something that will defend me just a bit better. That would probably help with the ice weapon. Let's do that. I usually have myself loaded out with these rings that give me more souls and stuff. But I think any other ring would probably help me more in this scenario. Physical attack. Let's go with that. Okay. One more taffy. Thank you for bearing with me here. This is rather exciting. Or so says the fatigue of my fingers. Keep angering him. Keep popping him right out of his little spider cave. Anytime now. Alright. So, hopefully I can have relatively the same amount of luck. Staying pretty much directly behind him until everyone else is dead. Cowardly, but effective. Not that one. I'm seeing the projectiles. Yeah. Now that I've been hit in the face with one, they're quite clear to me. Darn. Ah, such a wide swath. And 2 hits. Yikes. So yeah, I was not as lucky as last time. Carillion died much, much quicker. But still very, very doable. I'm actually tempted to take one pass without either of them here. One of my moveset learning passes, if possible. Just to get a little more familiar with what he's doing exactly before he gets to that fire phase. That is the worst place my souls could have ended up. Okay. Expecting the double. There you go. Yes, block your crotch. That is what I would do. Excellent plan. Ouch. Ouch. Fair enough. So he's waiting to counter when he does that. Good to know. Missed. There's that. So he leaves his smaller sword behind and just uses that when he gets to this phase. That's what's making this super weird. I need to wait much longer for that. Oh, haha. Ring around the rosy. Not the time for that. Oh, I wish I'd gotten that in. Gonna drink, just in case. Bye-bye. So, like I said, sometimes easier to take them out without any summons due to the health issue. He had another soul of Nidalia. That's interesting. I wonder if he was just corrupted and possessed by her mist there. He seemed to incorporate out of a mist at the start of it. I was curious. So this, I do believe, is the actual queen, the hollow child of dark that became ash. This must be where she decided to give up her body. And the crown of the old Iron King lies thus. That's 2. We just need the burnt ivory king's crown. I am wildly excited. Thank you for bearing with me there. Sorry Carillion didn't get his glory. Okay. So, before we leave Brume Tower for sure, we've got to check out that other arena. At least to take a peek. I'm sure we'll be able to come back any time and finish them off if necessary. But my curiosity must be satisfied. And I have a little time left for such things. For such satisfactions as this. Oh, yikes. I don't believe it was glowing before. I wonder if that means I should have fought him first to prevent the glowing, or if this is good. Maybe I couldn't have even used the armor before this point. I don't know. Pardon me. Got to get my nose under control here. Okay. Well, I'm just terrified. Sure, let's try this. I am not human. I do have a couple of souls, but we're right next to a bonfire. I'm sure it will be fine. So this must be a memory I'm going into with the ashen mist heart. Memory of whoever wore this armor. Okay. Wow. What a welcoming party. Nice of them to come greet me. With salamanders that spray fireballs right there where all the items are. Also quite fast and damaging. Sneak up behind a salamander? Does that seem like a good idea? Huh, I guess it is. Salamanders really don't like ice damage. Yeah, this seems to be going well. So we can drop down there. What is over here? I guess we're dropping down. 7 Estus remaining. This is kind of a lot to get through to retrieve 171,000 souls. pancakes. No idea which way I should be doing this exactly. Imagine a lot of these just wind their way around rather pointlessly. Exhibit A. And there's a great bowman. Okay. Well, sure. Sure there is. Ah, of course. Alright. My rapier is at half health. I'm sure that'll be fine for fighting whatever is actually at the end of all of this. With 4 Estes, no less. Sounds clanky back there. It sounds a wee bit clanky beyond the mist. The clinkety-clank of armour. Or perhaps just some spoons. Oh, he bowed at me slightly. Oh, that's nice. Very quick slice. That is like a deli meat's worth, at least. I'm scared. Okay. He's wearing a lovely Gucci overcoat. Dolce & Gabbana? I don't know. I don't know my designers. To assume it is only my investments in adaptability that are saving me here. With those infinity frames, or invincibility frames, rather. Ah, too early. And too late. Come on. I am about to run out of that weapon is the problem. And I am out of Estus. Oh, good. So yeah, this guy's certainly doable with a fully repaired weapon, but I'm a little worried about getting back here more than anything. There, he's got me. Bravo for you, sir. Slow clap. Yeah, that is very interesting. Comment in the chat that I find it funny how all the bosses that are supposed to be human are all giant compared to you. Like, you very rarely fight a normal-sized person who is an old hero. So it's like we're all of the old heroes bigger than us? One of my weird theories is about that, abyss after Ulasil, where we fought Manus in the original Dark Souls. There are all those humanity sprites. And some of them are like huge. Some of them are giant humanity sprites. And then as you have less and less soul power, or whatever it is, you become a smaller and smaller humanity sprite until the point where you're just like a humanity item. You can be held in the palm of a hand. And it actually makes me wonder if that's how it works. Like if all human beings are the size of their soul when they're, when disparity is created and they become physical. If the humanity sprites that have more power, that are bigger, just become a bigger sized person because they have to like fit all that humanity into some physical form. And if that is perhaps why all the old heroes are big, but then if that's the case, you don't get any bigger as you gain soul levels. So I don't know how that theory would work out. But it is very strange to me. The size and time differences. Okay, so that's fun. We'll definitely come back for that. I'm wondering if this rapier is the right thing to be using. Actually, let me try one more. I have to try a run past the guys. Keep all of my Estus, etc. However, I'm not sure if I actually did repair. I think I must have, because I died. Yes. Just double check. Yes, I am at full. Okay. I'm going to try to just get past these guys, drop down, get past the other set, through the mist. It's probably unwise and will riddle me with arrows, but here we go. Probably run across on the top level, but I'm going to be a tiny coward. Tiny little palm-sized coward. That's a mistake. Having him be in the doorway is a bit rough. And I'm dead. Okay, well there goes the 170 whatever it was. That's fine. Didn't need that for anything, that's for sure. So don't go down. There's a guy in the doorway. Don't go down. Try to run across the grates. Give that one more shot. Now that there is nothing to lose, I'm sure it'll be easy. Oh, pardon my microphone there. I hope that pop was just on my side. Okay, let's try this. Yikes. Okay. Oh goodness, did it pop? I'm so sorry. My apologies. Oh, I tried to get a dishonorable early stab in on him and he was having none of that. Yikes. Alright. I'd like to be behind you now. This is not going well.
catch that one quick enough.
My spleen. My spleen and other things. That did me no good at all. Come on, stamina. Catch up. Please catch up, stamina. Ah. So quick. Come on now. I need every hit I can get. Ah, and so does he. Come on, sir. Be gentle with me. I'm begging you. That feels good. Feels like I earned that one. Whereas I usually do not. Thank you for a lovely fight, sir. I enjoyed it. Huh. So I'm assuming this must just be like the old throne room, perhaps? The actual throne room at the top of the tower? With one final smelter wedge. In a memory. That's interesting. Ah, okay, fantastic. Okay, so I'm assuming that is both bosses of Brume Tower. We just need to track down the rest of Nadalia, wherever she may be. I have about 5 minutes left here. Let me take a brief detour away from Brume Tower. If I can remember where to go. Here. Let me check something in here real quick for the next 5 minutes, and then next session we will return to Brume Tower and hopefully perhaps even the Burnt Ivory King. We're getting rather close to that point. Okay, there's one strange thing in here that I just remember when I first played this. Before the Scholar of the First Sin edition came out, before any of those DLC areas were available, when you used to come in here, this dragon moved the first time. Like he was up there, hanging, ready to attack you, and then as soon as you got into about here, he crumbled to the ground for some reason. And I just don't remember that happening, and it seems strange to me. So I wanted to come back in here and maybe try lighting some of these torches to see if I'm missing something or I had forgotten something. So quick detour, for curiosity's sake. I should have grabbed the fire while I was out there. Let's try this again. Well, I think I'd know how to navigate by now, but no, not at all. Just fully ran into a wall. Okay, let's just see if this does anything out of curiosity. Keep saying, don't you dare, but they say that about all the torches these days. Put that away. There you go. Oh, that's devastating. It's devastating to my case, Your Honor. Alright. So perhaps with every torch, an invasion. But that's fine. And what is this? Have I really not been down here yet? I thought I explored behind this staircase, but I don't remember this guy at all.
Well, you're nicely hollowed, aren't you?
I am quite hollowed, yes.
By memories.
Yes, I am tormented by memories and burdened by guilt, yes.
Now the question,
No, you saw me coming.
are you ready for more?
More memories and guilt?
Then
What do you mean? No, I'm at my limit. I have enough memories and guilt to last me a lifetime.
power. Long ago, this naive vessel of mine set about devising new spells. The fool dreamt of bringing new forms of magic into the world. But instead,
So an ancient sorcerer who was locked away for all time because he
he did a fine
tried to
job.
discover forbidden magics.
What he sought was strength, and so I decided to demonstrate. While my vessel slept, I'd find my mark and hunt him down. But my vessel did not approve, and so while I slept, he sealed the both of us away.
That is interesting. So it seems like a sorcerer that was trying to devise new magics that then became possessed by a different dark spirit and now has a split personality, perhaps? What a fascinating thing. I wish I could learn more. It's regrettably time for me to go now. I was not expecting to get invaded and lose torch lighting time. Oh my. Pull back, pull back. Pull back, pull back. I think they don't want me to pull that lever back. Sort of a conflicting message, but yeah. Okay, so we'll come back here, perhaps, to talk to this sorcerer a bit more, and then we'll jump back to Brume and the Burnt Ivory King. Thank you very, very much for bearing with me here and for your time and kind attention. I will be back with you next time, hopefully soon. Bye for now. I will wave at you. I've been forgetting. Ta-ta.